on this map. So Sola's going to play the Symmetra. I imagine Mirror Man will play a Reinhardt as he's a standard hero. Madaka will be on one of the McCrees. We might see a single Lucio, although teams have been favoring running only a Mercy and sometimes even peppering in a Zen on defense here. So we'll wait for them to switch and read the rest of the roster.
I'm seeing, yeah, you know, our UI does allow DiGiorno Unchained to have their full name in there. We're gonna fix that up.
Yeah.
I feel like that just looks way better than DU. It doesn't fit in our means.
Okay, well, it looks like they are actually switching up to their true heroes now. Bracken is going to be playing that Mercy. It does look like they will be running a single Lucio, which is fine. What I really like here, and I wish more teams would run, is Bowser is going to be running Soldier 76. I think he's going to hang out in this cafe. The distance damage is absolutely brutal. He has to be dealt with almost in the manner of a Widowmaker before you can push in here. So really cool defensive lineup coming out.
Alrighty, well, taking a look here at the offense coming out from the side of Assertion Failed is going to be Dot on the McCree, Horrific on Winston, Mini on Reinhardt, You Must Hui on a second McCree, Dahoon on Mercy and Sickness, rounding things out here on Lucio. So Mercy Lucio making its appearance. Dot going in over the top, able to take out Mirror Man immediately. FNT fighting right back, both teams down a player. Very aggressive offense coming out, and Sola with a huge orb on the Mini. That gives Sola a teleporter immediately.
That's phenomenal. He just got chunked by it. That hitbox is huge on those orbs. Teleporter is up, and that's, I mean, it looked rough because they were coming in. First kill came to offense. Green defense, happy now. They're just thrilled to get that telly up.
That orb, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno Unchained. But here we go. The offense of Assertion Failed coming right back in. Taking an interesting route here. They just sort of went in one
going to get the telly.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going right to the back. Teleporter is down, so that is a big pick here for the offense. Going to mitigate some of that early teleporter action. Madoka, though, able to take out Horrific, coming in for the back. Almost takes out You Must Hui. Ends up being a flashbang, but Madoka now on the defense, really coming in the clutch. 2 big kills for DiGiorno Unchained.
When Winston goes down, they have no answer to Bowser, who's up on this ledge.
Note that the resurrection, though, did come out for the offense. The offense is still in this. Dot in good health in the bottom, going to take out Lucio with that right click. In great position to go on over the top. Mercy now in some danger. Mercy having to run for her life.
Really nice.
Mercy will be barely getting away, but it went very, very badly for her. But the offense now, interesting. You have Dot in this position. A lot of pressure on the defense, but they're not able to get on the point just yet.
Really nice patient resurrection. Bracken does get caught out of position there and gets caught out by the Deadeye, although they have the reinforcements on the point now. Sola's got 100%, but no telly down.
Dot right now is sort of the backline McCree. It would have been great if he could have killed the 76 there. Doesn't work out, but while he was killing all those people in the backline, the offense has been actually relatively stalled out here from the side of Assertion Failed. Again, this is an interesting game. I really was not expecting this. I thought AF would have a more quick road here through Hollywood, but right now, 2 minutes have gone by and they have yet to grab point A.
Yeah, Teleporter goes back down. It's in a very much more defensive position to, you know, kind of negate them coming around the flank through the room to deal with it. Bowser is still up. They don't have an answer. When this Winston's down, they can't even gain high ground at all.
All right, Soundbearer's out here for the defense, but a huge Deadeye from Dot! The 5K coming out in force. Earthshatter for a little bit of a statement there, and that will be a full team wipe, a full cap of point A. Dot could not have gotten any more value. It was absolutely high noon.
Oh my god. Defense was in a decent spot too. They had ultimates, they had a lot of stuff they could use for that fight. It was just, the fight was over. The fight was over before it started.
And that is undoubtedly going to be play of the game. We will see Dot's first-person perspective on that later as the game ends.
Actually, I'm going to look at chat. I want to see what they do when that happens.
Now, this is where Hexnock is not even going to be casting here for the next minute, waiting for the delay to catch up to see Dot's play. But Mirror Man now, lots of ults here for the defense, as we were just talking about. They are loaded for bear here. They should be able to win the next fight or two off that alone. Mirror Man, Fire Strike, didn't take out Horrific. As soon as this Reinhardt shield goes down, and Earthshatter could be coming into play. In fact, Mirror Man going in for the flank. This could be huge. Earthshatter coming in, hammered down, and the defense will have this fight.
Yeah, Bowser does finally hit his ult. He was holding it for a while. It might have been the only reason he stayed on 76, but now they're getting a lot of aggression done. A lot of kills are coming out from Bowser. They're going to be able to position themselves wherever they want on defense, even taking the elevator if they so choose. Bowser might be going, yeah, he's going up top on the elevator. So you don't see a lot of 76 on this map, especially past first point. Even first point, he ends up being kind of a niche pick, but it's going to be fun to see him on the rooftops here. I think it's a good hero pick.
Alrighty, so here they go. Madoka on the way over. Both Winstons going in. Winston's not getting as much value as I'd like. Still though, 5v5. One Winston in the back is going to pop Primal Rage, going to put Madoka in a whole lot of trouble here in the back. Down he goes. Meanwhile, take a look at Dot. Dot has been one of the more decisive McCree players here for the offense of AF. He goes in, takes out Bowser, going to shoot Pharah out of the sky. Resurrection, though, coming in. We'll see if this is enough. Resurrection's, of course, turning the tide of battle over and over again. Dahoon is dead, so he's not going to be able to come back in and get the Resurrection. There will still be an offensive sound barrier coming up. The offense not out of this just yet, even down to Mercy. And look at Yumasui here in the back as Genji. He's going to have a Dragon Blade up here soon.
Yeah, the Summer should buy them at least the time to get Dahoon back in, and if they do die, and they just pick the opposing Mercy, so they're in a pretty decent spot here on offense.
You have Yumasui going in on the back line. So close now to getting his ult up, and I think Dragon Blade could be the sealer here for this next point. We'll just have to see how it works out. Dahoon is in the back. He does have Resurrection. Bracken gonna have his res up sooner rather than later as well. That Resurrection from Dahoon going to go up. The offense now back at full strength. Madoka going to go down. Here comes the Dragon Blade. This could be a cap point here for the offense as Yumasui slicing and dicing, participating 2 kills, almost getting a 3rd. And there you have it. They are going to hit this checkpoint.
Alright, so they really had no answer to this double Winston that's come through on the second point, and at some point teams have to just figure out what their response is, in particular to double Winstons. Each team has their own kind of response. It looks like defensively they're going to run a Roadhog perhaps in response to it. I don't love it, but they're only running one McCree, which is, we think might be a mistake, but this double Winston has really put the momentum right back into the offense's favor.
One thing I guess that was interesting about this Hollywood game here thus far, where are the Widowmakers on either side? Put Widowmaker on the milk cart, and she is missing, but here comes the offense. Both Winstons going crazy in the back. Primal Rage is out. Meanwhile, Dot here, 76 ultimate doing work. Pulse rifle rounds going everywhere. Gets the triple kill as 76. Resurrection, though, could be on the menu here. Bracken going to get that res up, going to bring up those fallen defensive heroes. Daehan going to do the same here for the offense. Both Resurrections are up. It is an absolute melee. Sound barrier, though, coming up for the offense. That could be the difference maker. They're on top. The defense now bleeding. Kills here left and right, and this might be GG.
Yeah, well, they're gonna stall out. Bracken gets on the cart. Madoka's still there on the Tracer, just kind of buying as much time as possible. And this phase of the game is actually really important, even if you're gonna give up the cart. Like, every second matters here.
Every second does matter. You want to delay it for as long as possible. That's why you see divas coming out. That's why you see Tracers coming out. But usually, defense cannot usually turn this in their favor. They can only delay as their heroes just get slaughtered over and over again.
This is a hell of a delay.
But the defense has enough people alive here that maybe they can turn. But horrific with the double cleave, taking out not one but 2 divas. This should be over shortly. Just a little bit of extra valuable time here being bought by the side of DiGiorno Unchained.
That should be it. There it is. But, you know, that's 30 seconds. I mean,
yeah.
It's super valuable time. Not often do we see the quad diva stall out anymore. Usually it's a lot of Tracer play, but that diva stall out seemed to really work.
All right, so play the game, Dot. Let's just get it over with. You know what's happening.
It's happening.
I think what happened here is Reinhardt must have charged into the...
Oh,
there it is.
Flashbang.
Yeah, the flashbang on the other Reinhardt, and that just opened it up.
That's another reason to run 2 McCrees.
It sets up the other Deadeye.
Yeah. Yeah, the 2 McCree theme is holding pretty strong here.
So 7-11 is the time. We are not doing unpaid chilling. It just happened to be the match time.
It's a very convenient time.
It is. It's over. I can't even.
Sorry.
All right, so we are switching sides here. It's going to be assertion failed on the defense. They have to defend for 7 minutes, 11 seconds. DiGiorno Unchained looking to move on to the round of 16, and we'll just see how things go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a quickish time, but it's kind of standard on the faster end of things, but it's definitely a beatable time. I think they were looking very, very good until they just got womboed there. I mean, it was just the flashbang over the shield. They weren't expecting that. I mean, crack the shield into Deadeye is a thing that a lot of teams try to do. I've mentioned before, Reunited does it better than everyone. But they're not expecting the McCree to come around the edge. He was really nicely positioned. He kind of just snuck around the corner, flashbang over the top into that Deadeye. And what are you going to do about that? I mean, it's almost impossible to defend against. So they were looking good up until that moment. And then they even kind of, they stalled out a little bit here and there, stalled out on the last point, but their defense was looking good before that moment.
Yep, well, take a look here at the defense coming out from the side. of assertion. I wanted to say something else, and I was like, wait, assertion failed.
It's all right.
It's gonna be Dot on Widowmaker, You Must Hui on the McCree, Dahoon on Lucio, Sickness on the Symmetra, Horrific on Torbjorn, and Mini on Reinhardt.
A very Cloud9-ish looking build, except for Dahoon is on Lucio rather than a Mercy, which would be more Cloud9 style, but they are going double builder, which is kind of signaturely run by Cloud9 lately, with Sickness and Horrific on Sim and Torb. Offensively, they're going to have to find an answer to that. I think they might have to throw in a Pharah here at some point because of this Sentry turret. We'll see how they choose to deal with it, though. Sola is going to be running on the Winston. Bowser will be on 76 again. I guess that's just a hero he prefers. FNT will be on Lucio, Bracken on Mercy, Mirror Man on Reinhardt, and Medaka on the single McCree.
And here we go. The gates are open. 7-11 is the time to beat, and we will be getting to see some Widowmaker play here, and let's just see what Dot does in the beginning.
I think they're going to have to change their composition at some point, because right now they don't have an answer to either the Sentry cleanly or the Widowmaker.
Dot will, though, eat a Helix rocket in the beginning. That's one way of really making Widow feel uncomfortable if you can land it. Kind of difficult to land, but Dot under a little bit of pressure here thus far. Here comes the offense, though. They're on the way in as Dot gets first kill of the game, taking out Mirror Man, looking for the 76 in the back. Totally uncontested up here. Only a 76 can really make her feel even a little bit under pressure. She's going to kill that 76, though, and this should be a full hold here for assertion failed.
Yeah, and the support's getting in on the kill. Sickness grabbed a kill in there. Dahoon grabbed one as well. So Dahoon's got resurrection up. Sickness at 82% charge. Probably looking for one more orb to get that telly down. Well, it's going to be interesting to see where he puts the teleporter. If they're really following Cloud9 style, they're going to put it pretty far back, pretty much on the general store.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty common. And we see a lot of teams doing this where they look at what the top teams are doing. They copy, and sometimes they innovate, but really look, C9 plays some of the best defense on Hollywood, so why not copy what they're doing here right now? Makes all the sense in the world. Offense about to come through here through the small doorway. We'll see if it pays off. Note, too, that Bowser is on the Widowmaker now, trying to counter-snipe Dot.
It's endearing that at least they switched. At least they're trying to figure out an answer to this defensive Widow. Unanswered defensive Widows on this point have made us pull our hair out on this map. So he is going to be at the disadvantage as Dot did have infrared sight. Wasn't able to kill him during that infrared sight, so it's still a battle going between Dot and Bowser right now. Both teams are waiting.
Well, the offense right now definitely seems a little bit stymied. Usually an offense will go in here a little bit more decisively. This isn't the slow play style that we see from LG. LG usually gets a little bit more inroads. This is sort of going, okay, how do we get in here? But the Deadeye coming up from You Must Hui, going to take out Winston immediately. A huge pick, just because they're not going to have that tank pressure in the back. Reinhardt going to go down. Dot with the cleanup on the Bowser over the top. And AF coming in strong here on Hollywood.
Yeah, Telly is up, Rez is up. The teleporter is in this back left position, which is where we used to always see it early on. It was the standard spot. It kind of fell out of favor because of it's able to get spammed out pretty easily by a Pharah or a Junkrat. Also, yesterday we saw a team get completely wrecked by an Urshitter that went through there, but I think you kind of have to switch up where you're going to put your teleporters because teams have been hunting them, looking for them. So it's an interesting spot. It's not a terrible spot for a Telly. I think there's better ones, but we'll see how it works out.
Here we go, the offense charging in again. They need to get something done here quickly. Time is not on their side, the way things are going. Dot right now knows where the flank is coming in from, looking to get damage on this Winston. Genji having to be careful here. He doesn't have to worry about an offensive Widow here at all. And down goes Bowser, a beautiful flick shot. Double kill here for Dot. Hui with the cleanup. And that's huge.
Yeah, they've not had anything going for him on offense. Now, the next push might be a little different story as they are loaded up on ultimates aside from Bowser, so they're going to have everything at their disposal they want to work with. Winston's ult's not all that hugely important here, but maybe he can cause some chaos. They still really have to find a definitive answer to Dot.
Yeah, Dot, I mean, they haven't really been able to deal with him too well the entire game. He's sort of been dictating the entire pace here for AF.
I like
Only
this.
a minute 40 now remaining, 4 minutes on the mat total. And I think if DiGiorno and Chains wants to have any hope of winning this, they need to win this next team fight here. But Horrific, first kill onto Winston. He must do it with the Deadeye. Not able to get it off. 2 quick kills here by Madoka. This might be exactly what they need. Bracken can resurrect those fallen heroes. He will do exactly that. Dahoon, though, going to do the same here for the defense, turning into a bit of a brawl. Both teams getting in on it. Madoka going to get taken out by Mercy in the back. Dahoon, the offensive Mercy, doing some work as the defense now going to stabilize, and it's very close to GG here for AF.
Yeah, a little less than 330 left on the map. Only a buck left to actually finish off this first point. I did like the idea, the strategy there. If you're not going to win the sniper battle and you're not even really going to run a sniper, coming in through that angle is much smarter. It gives your Genji a chance to get up onto Dot. He was able to take him out early, but I think just ignoring the turret, never really a wise move. That the damage over time, you know, ends up adding up.
No, absolutely does. Yumasui now coming in with the double kill Deadeye, and that alone is going to just completely stymie this offensive push, and as a result, 37 seconds remaining. Only 3 minutes remaining on the overall map timer. I do think there's a very, very small chance for DiGiorno Unchained here, but they're going to have to win the next team fight, and everything's going to have to go right.
They have to win the next team fight in dominant fashion, then clean up the teleporter, then clean them up off the resurrection.
Here comes Bowser. He will have a Dragon Blade here. He's going to be unsheathing that in a moment. Here he goes, looking for Dahoon in the back. Not able to get him just yet. Dot, meanwhile, taking out Madoka. 4 people down here in the offense, and another snipe onto Bowser from the Torbjorn, and that's going to be GG.
Yep, that is for sure GG. They're calling it in chat as well, and pretty solid defense there from Assertion Failed.
Yeah, AF looking strong there. They're going to move on to the round of 16, and we'll just see if they are going to be going up against NG Red, and that should be a great series.
The one thing I'll say about DiGiorno Unchained moving forward, though, is that they did play smart.
Yeah, no, DiGiorno Unchained, I mean, they had some good moments. I thought their attack their defense wasn't bad at all. Just their attack wasn't quite up to standard where it needed to be, and as a result, they're going to have to fight their way through losers if we want to see them again later today.
Yeah, but I was impressed with their game sense overall and how they were going about things. Like, they recognized problems and then tried to find the answer to the problems. And so it's something I harped on a little bit yesterday. This Widow's a problem. What's our answer to it? Well, let's try the Widow. They figured out that wasn't working. Well, then we have to push in this way with our Genji. So at least they were trying to solve the problem at hand. They just didn't necessarily win it. But it shows well that they understand the game and how it's currently working.
No, definitely.